Hello, and today we're going to be reacting to the top 5 scary Elf on the Shelf urban legends, and credits to the creator. Top 5 scary videos. Now let's go.
Christmas Tradition is a 2005 kids' Christmas story that started the trending holiday tradition that we know and love today. With all of the attention that this story received over the years, it's only natural that a few urban legends have emerged because of it. What is good, my friends? My name is Nicholas Blaylock, and I'm your host in today's video where we're going to be looking at the top 5 scary Elf on the Shelf urban legends. Let's get into it. Number 5 on this list is Hitting the Elf. As far as the story with the Elf on the Shelf goes, if a child is to touch the elf on a shelf, then all of its magical abilities will leave, and the only way you can bring it back is to sprinkle cinnamon around it and leave it overnight. If you do that, then its magical abilities will return.
What?
And will continue reporting to Santa Claus. However, there's a legend that if instead of touching the elf, you hit it or abuse it in some way, rather than lose its magical ability, you turn the elf into a force of evil. Similar to the legend of Krampus, where he will punish you for being bad, this elf will do something similar if you abuse it and it labels you as a bad kid. Now that you're labeled as an especially bad kid and have harmed the elf, it will turn from a nice elf into an evil elf meant to make you pay for your actions. If you do this, then you can expect the elf to awaken in the night, except instead.
What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that image right there?
My thoughts are, I'm watching you.
Instead of reporting back to Santa Claus, it will enter your room and beat you the same way that you beat it. This will be an extended torture session.
What is that?
What is that thing?
Its only mission is to make you feel the pain that it felt. This process will occur every night
you would never
right
do
up
that,
until
right?
Christmas time, when the elf will finally go away. However, that might mean that you could be
know.
getting tortured every
Probably
evening by a
gone.
demonic elf for weeks. Apparently, even if you try to kill this elf or send it away during the daytime when it should once again sit on your shelf, it will still come and find you in the night and be even angrier than it was before. Nobody knows how you can combat this thing if this ever was to happen to you. So the legend just further enforces that you shouldn't touch the elf on the shelf, and if you do, then make sure you don't intentionally harm it in any way. Number 4 on this list is the tiny camera. The whole elf on a shelf thing has really taken off in the last few years, with millions of tiny little elves being sold. It has also become one of the biggest trends come Christmas time and synonymous with the holiday itself. The whole nature of the elf on a shelf is to watch you in your home and make sure that you're good. We suspend our disbelief a little bit and believe that this little tiny elf doll comes to life and then reports that back to Santa. In one family's elf on a shelf, though, this info wasn't going back to Santa Claus at all. In 2011, a family had an elf on the shelf for about 3 weeks before they noticed this wasn't just an innocent doll. Inside the elf was a tiny camera that was sending video to a feed. The camera was dead when they found it, but they have no idea how long it would have been running and recording them. This sparked a theory that the elf on a shelf is a method for big corporations to get inside our homes and learn more information about us. People have even gone further with this and theorized that it may be the government who's behind this and wants to have an extra eye on what's going on in the typical domestic lifestyle. It's also possible that in that one instance with the family, a creeper installed the camera and it was going to one select person. They never found out how the camera got there or who it was going to, so it's left it up in the air for people to speculate on. Having thousands of mini cameras installed in these tiny elves to watch us seems a little bit far-fetched to me, but we've seen the government or corporations do crazier things before. Number 3 on this list is Mormo. Mormo is the name given to one very particular elf on the shelf who is quite unlike the rest of them. Legend says that there is one elf that tries to impersonate an elf on the shelf and break into your home. This creature is a demon, though, whose only intentions are to kill. This legend started due to a brutal murder which took place a few years back. A wife and a husband had both been killed in a way that the police had an extremely hard time understanding. When the authorities got to the home and discovered the crime scene, there was blood everywhere and the couple was both lying in the middle of their living room. There was no signs of forced entry and nothing was taken, though. The authorities thought that it might be a murder-suicide, however the manner of their death indicated that a third...
7 of them.
We know you're hovering over that button, but we need your help. We have a better button.
The first day I
Promise.
set up
Right
my
on time.
elf, I put
Not bright
well,
enough.
I didn't put it, I found it. It was like, I have this shelf in my room, and I found it, like, right watching me sleep.
Yo!
And I just looked over. I have 7 elves. I look over. I see 3 of them on each side of my bed.
Yo,
and
what?
we're just watching on top of my window.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm like, bro, is this a ritual now?
They're trying to perform the elf ritual on you.
Okay, maybe you should have it in the corner.
I don't know how to move it. Is this how you move it?
You just moved it.
Yeah, but it goes back whenever I let go. Oh, never mind. What the heck?
You moved the video.
Oh. Sorry.
Now, people believe that every full view of whatever it was that took place. The police were never able to determine the true cause of death, but this story sparked the legend of Mormo, the demon elf on the shelf. Now, people believe that every time you get an elf on the shelf, you are simply rolling the dice and could end up with Mormo. If you do, then it's very possible that you and your family will die in a tragic and unexplained way before Christmas time. I'm not sure how much validity this has to it. Kind of seems like somebody really ran with the story on this one. But having a devilish killer elf on the shelf, like Chucky, certainly isn't a pleasant thought. Number 2 on this list is that the entire Elf on a Shelf story was constructed by a demon. The entire premise behind the Elf on a Shelf is a little creepy to begin with. You're letting this magical little doll into your home to watch and judge your actions. Then when you're asleep, this doll gets up and flies back to Santa to let him make a final judgment on if you are good or bad. It's basically like a Christmas version of Big Brother. That being said though, we love Christmas and we love Santa so much that when we think about Santa, it doesn't seem so bad. But what if this elf on the shelf isn't reporting back to Santa at all? What if it was reporting back to a demon? In 2008, a woman who had an elf on the shelf started to notice little things missing from her home during the Christmas season. First it was her keys, then it was some of the kitchenware, and then some other more valuable items. She also started to notice that things started to go wrong. Appliances that were relatively new just stopped working. Leaks were happening in the home and the electricity kept going on and off. She had no idea what the catalyst of these problems could have been until she linked it to the elf on the shelf. They only started happening when she brought that thing into her home. Since then, other rumors have surfaced about people noticing things that are missing from their homes whilst having this little elf in their house. The story has snowballed to a place where there is now a community of people who swear these things aren't working for Santa at all, but actually for a mischievous demon. A demon who simply wants to wreck the Christmas season and cause chaos in your home. It should also be noted that the items and things that went wrong kept getting worse and worse the longer you kept that thing in your home. So who knows how bad things could get if you keep that thing in there for the entire season. Number 1 on this list is a devilish name. A rule associated with the elf on the shelf is that the family housing this elf must give it a name. Typically people go down the silly route and name it something like Mary Martha or Twinkle Toes or something ridiculous like that. All of that is fine and good and very in the Christmas spirit. However, there are a few names that you need to avoid when you're naming your elf on the shelf, or you may run the risk of devilish possession. Names such as Lucifer, Bile, Gorgo, these names are all infernal names, which are names that are linked to anti-hero figures used in satanic rituals. If you ever give your elf on the shelf an infernal name, and there's actually a full list of infernal names that you can look up if you want to double check, but if you do this, then you just open the door for your elf to become possessed by a demon. Just because the door is open doesn't mean that any demon will walk through it. However, you don't really want to be giving them the option in the first place. Christmas time is a time of love and family, and also to celebrate religion, all really nice things. If you are a demon though, this is one of the worst times of the year and you are itching to cause any type of chaos that you can and ruin the fun. If a demon takes over your elf on a shelf due to its name, then there's no limit to the amount of nastiness it could cause. Not only could this devilish puppet haunt your home, torture you in the night, or wreck your style of living, but now that a demon is in your home and possessing this elf, what's to say that it won't start trying to possess you? Also, typically these elves leave a little bit after Christmas, but there's no timeline when it's possessed by a demon. That thing could stay and destroy your home and even your lives for however long it feels like. My advice is to stick to the silly when naming your elf on the shelf. Well, there you have it, guys. That is our list of the top 5 scary elf on the shelf urban legends. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this list, and also, have you ever had an elf on the shelf before? I personally haven't, and after this video, I'm not sure if I ever will. But please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
Tomorrow.
My friend used to...
Alright. Comment your elf's name in the comments. And also we're gonna do VR gaming videos. So
And we're gonna do another reacting video.
yeah. Right now, or should we just get another video?
I see we do.
In the same video?
Same video.
Alright, bet.
Same genre.
I should just do it.
What should we do? Life of Luxury.